Yo, what's going on? Let's freaking get it. The Walking. Okay, let me chill. Let me just chill out for a minute. Y'all see what we're looking at right now. We got The Walking Dead tier list. I just finished the show. And I think it's only fair that I do The Walking Dead tier list. But after the last video, the Naruto tier list, bro, I gotta come back with it. And since we know almost all these characters here, I don't know if there's more characters. I think there are more characters. But since we, there's not gonna be a list where it's like, there isn't much to know about them or whatever. But I'm ready, bro. You already know. Y'all don't actually know what I think about The Walking Dead, but y'all gonna find out today. Let's get it. Like, comment, subscribe for more content like this, and let's get it, okay? First, we got this girl. Listen. We met her, I think it was at the end, at around season 5, season 6. You know, the original leader or whatever of Alexandria. I mean, she wasn't nothing special. I mean, like, she was there. I gotta put her at C, I'm not gonna lie. Put her at C, I feel like. Because, you know, once again, S is like almost perfect. A is very good. B is decent. C is meh. You know, D is bad. And F is just terrible, right? So I think she's a meh character. Like, I mean, actually, you know what? I could put her in decent, to be honest. I feel like, honestly, it could be interchangeable here between here and C and B. I don't know. I mean, to me, she's not really, you know, I mean, she was a good character. Yeah, I feel like I could put her in good because I feel like she had enough depth, especially when Rick came, you know, about being a leader and like how to handle being a leader and all that. I feel like that was kind of cool, but we'll keep her there for now. This guy, the Terminus dude, I don't really remember too much on him, bro. That was back in season 5. I'm pretty sure people like took over their area, so he kind of like ended up turning to a cannibal, eat or be eaten or something like that. I mean, the whole arc was cool, but the character wasn't really that crazy as a villain. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna put him at C. Beta. I mean, no, Alpha. This is Alpha. Man, I ain't gonna lie, the head on the spike, yeah, spoilers, by the way, but the head on the spike scene has to be one of the saddest, and, bro, I don't even know what to call it, just most, like, it was just unsettling, one of the most unsettling scenes in the whole show. Even then, her character, she was just deranged, you know, she serves her purpose pretty freaking cool. I gotta give her, I gotta put her up at A, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta put her up in A. Even though she annoyed me so freaking much, I feel like I gotta put her at A just because of what she did, her whole like reasoning. She was very, I don't know, she was very complex. Even though she was mostly just deranged, she was pretty complex too. You know, of course, you know, she thinking that, I don't know if she thinks that this is, you know, what she did was really truly like, you know, preparing her daughter and, you know, loving her daughter and all that, but like, man, Dale died early on, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Dale died early on, man. Now, I'm gonna put Dale. He was like the, originally he was like the, heart of the group. Not the heart, but like the, moral compass of the group. Shane to her is Mr. Moral Authority over here. But, that was really about it. He didn't really have no, like, character of his own, so to say. I mean, you know, he was the moral authority and whatnot, but like he didn't really have any conflict within himself or anything. Character alone, I put him at C. Meh. Now, I'm doing this ranking based off of I'm not doing enjoyment of the character. I'm not doing that because y'all know last video was very freaking complicated of what I was doing. I'm just ranking them how good I think they are as a character, regardless of how much I enjoy them. I'm putting them, you know, how much I get. If y'all want to, if y'all wanted me to do it as enjoyment, I'll do that later. But yeah, for now, man, Bob was annoying during the first bit, especially when he like risked his life for like the alcohol or whatever. Man, he risked everybody too. That was annoying. He got bit and he got they did him dirty. I mean, he became cool when after the prison kind of got jacked up. Overall though, nothing crazy. This guy, nah. I wouldn't put him at terrible. I wouldn't put this guy at terrible. This is her son. I forgot her name. But this was his son Spencer. He died by freaking Negan, you know. he just, he was just there a lot of the time. And then he came in, he had his little, trying to dethrone Rick as a leader moment or whatever. But it's like, he served almost no purpose in the show, really. His life was very short lived. He's pretty much just there. This guy, oh man, this is hard for this guy. I'm not gonna lie. Cause I wouldn't say he's a good character, but he's not really a bad character either. He was supposed to be there as, the hilltop guy, but he was annoying to me, of course. But overall, I probably gotta put him there with Spencer. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I feel like this is fair so far. What y'all think? Yeah, because I wouldn't say these guys are better than these people up here, but I also would say that these guys are better than the ones down here. I think that's pretty fair. What's this girl named Jadis? Jadis, man. I still don't know too much about her character though. Why she was like sending people away or whatnot? Because that's what her whole little thing is. She was with the trash people. Negan's group. I'm pretty sure it was the dude from Grand Theft Auto. We're gonna call him Trevor. We're gonna call him Trevor. Trevor pretty much killed everybody there, and she was going through it. She ended up getting with Gabriel, which was a very weird relationship for me. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, we're just gonna put her in B. I think that's fair. Man, this guy, he was one of, I got this guy's name too, but hope y'all know who I'm talking, who he is. But he was one of Negan's dudes at first, but then he ended up going to Hilltop or whatever, turning good and whatnot. He kind of, got better and whatnot, but he ended up getting with Enid and whatnot. But that was about it to his character. Man, I gotta put him at man. But I'd probably put him at better than Bob though. I'm not gonna lie. Better than Bob. Pretty mad character though. Man, Morrow, I liked him. I ain't gonna lie, I liked him as a character, even though he was a freaking racist, bro. He kind of turned it around in the end. I feel like if we got to see him more, I feel like he would have. I feel like he would have redeemed himself even more. But he died with the governor and whatnot. Man, I don't know what a fair rating for this guy is though. I'm thinking B. It's somewhere between B and C, right? He wanted his brother and whatnot. Not extremely complex, but he was very, he was very important around like season 3, 4. Of course, also with Daryl, not Daryl, yeah, Daryl actually. Daryl's development too. Is he better than these characters though? Man, that's hard. I'd probably put him right there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's better than this guy for Determinants. I don't think as a character he's better than him. I ain't gonna lie. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I should add enjoyment in there. I'm not. Listen, y'all let me know if y'all want me to do enjoyment. Now, this Trevor dude. Yeah, we'll just keep this like this for now. But he can be in B too, honestly. But he's definitely not A or S. Definitely not. I'll keep him at C. Trevor dude. Man, for some reason that's blurry. First of all, this girl, she can go to D. I mean, first of all, we can just get her there. Not that she was a bad character, but it was just like she didn't really have like. I mean, she was just, her whole like thing was her getting beat up by her husband or whatever. There was not really any. She didn't even really get no development like that, anything like that. I mean, of course she died before she could, but like Trevor dude, honestly, I put him at B because he wanted to leave the Alexandria alone. I'm pretty sure talking about they wouldn't comply and all that. We just need to leave and try somewhere else and whatnot. But so yeah, we'll just keep him at B. We'll keep him at B. Even though I don't remember too much. Aaron, man, Aaron got to go up to high B. I'm not gonna lie, high B, very high B. Cool, especially after his partner died and then taking care of Gracie and all that, bro. He just became really cool. I ain't gonna lie. Even though he isn't the most complex character, but like. He's a good character. I ain't gonna lie. He's a good character. Bringing Rick and them into Alexandria, and he kind of like changed too, because he was originally like the good guy, good guy or whatever. But then he kind of like started seeing like maybe I shouldn't be the good guy anymore and all that, and seeing how the zombie apocalypse world affected him was kind of cool too. Abraham, B. I think that's fair. Actually, you know what? I'll put him at A. Low A, high B, somewhere around there. Because after his whole purpose, then with his family, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that. His whole family. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was confirmed what happened, but his family were like scared of him. Then they like ran away or something like that from him. So he only had like one purpose, and that was to find the cure. But then end up Eugene didn't even know what the cure was or whatever. He was just capping it all. He didn't have a purpose for a minute. He didn't have a purpose for a minute. He was kind of just struggling for a while, but and then he ended up getting with Sasha, and then he ended up getting happier and whatnot and all that. But then he died. So I gotta put him at A. For one, for being very enjoyable, very cool, very good character. Andrea, gotta put her at. I'm willing to put her at F, man. Man, bad character. This is really annoying, first of all. And then her little thing with the yeah, what the place was called. That the prison, Rick and the group were having the Woodbury, yeah, Woodbury. Her thing with the governor and all that, and she was just so delusional for a minute, and she got a lot of people killed by not killing the governor. By not acting, she acted. Yeah, everything with her thing at Woodbury was just annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Her thing with the governor was annoying. Her not acting on killing the governor got a lot of people. Was an action that jacked up a lot of people. So D or F, one of the two. First of all, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put her ahead of these guys. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I don't know. This is interchangeable. Beta, man, he was stuck on Alpha like glue. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if he really had a character of his own. I mean, he was honestly, I put him at A. I'll put him at A. Just because of how cool he was, bro. He as a character, bro, he was cool. I ain't gonna lie. He was crazy. And his effect, and not even just effect, how much of a threat he was to Rick's group, bro. Even though Rick was going around this time. But we're still Rick's group. Man, yeah, he was cool. He was a cool villain. I'm not gonna lie, he was a cool little antagonist. And in the way he kind of connected with the zombies. I don't know if you even realize it, but like when he was in the horde, like kind of luring them towards the group. It's like the zombies were talking. It was like you got like what's going on in his head, but that was cool. I'm not gonna lie. He can definitely go up there with A and them. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Beth is kind of hard because it's like she struggled for most of the series. It's like we saw growth with her, but it's like immediately after the growth, she kind of died. So it's kind of hard. She was enjoyable, yeah, but overall character, meh, right? Overall character, meh. Now, Carl, man, this is very likable for me. They did not use his potential the way they should have. It's like Carl wasn't really there a lot of the time. It's like they just kind of like it was annoying too because like majority of the time he had to like stay home and like watch after the others and all that, but he didn't really get his own little he didn't really get his own little moment, and that kind of made me mad. Only in like season 8 when he had his little thing and then he died, of course. Ends up being like the pacifist of the group and whatnot. Being the moral authority coming out of nowhere. Well, it didn't really come out of nowhere. It was kind of developing inside of him after a short period. I'm not gonna lie. High B. Now, if it's likability, he'd be up there at S. But character wise, I ain't gonna lie, he probably got to go down there. This is the very next day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's the very next day, but we're back at it. I remember we said, oh yeah, Carl. He's going into A. I ain't gonna lie, he's going into A. He's going into low A. You know what I mean? Just because of his performance in season 8 with Negan, bro, I feel like that's fair. I can't put him down there with these guys, man. I don't know. That just feels wrong. I ain't gonna lie. That feels wrong. Now, if he was still alive, man, he could have been up here, bro. He really could have been up there. They kind of did him dirty with kind of killing him off early compared to the comics. So I'm gonna read the comics actually to see what happens. I got spoiled about it a little bit, but Carol. Now, ooh, Carol is hard for me because Carol is a really good character, but I'm not gonna lie. She came from being beat by her husband to being like one of the most dangerous people in the group, confident, utilizing her tactics and smarts against taking out literally like armies of people at a time. Like what you did on that road with those, like, I think it was like maybe like 3 or 4 people. I'm like, bro, that's, and I feel like her growth as a character too with her, like, not really growth as a character, but like her battles with losing basically all of her children, which is so messed up to me. I don't know why they killed Henry off. That was kind of messed up, but losing all of her children like that, This thing kind of took a toll on her and made her do like some crazy things. But how she kind of like overcame that, you know. I gotta put her very high. I'm not gonna lie. High A, low S. I'll put her somewhere around. I was gonna put her in S, but then I'm like, her I would say like when Henry died, she kind of got a bit annoying. But I'm not gonna say that's, you know, that determines her character too much. But like Connie, realistically, Connie's like a solid C. She's like a solid C mainly because it's like she doesn't really have too much of a character on her own. Like she doesn't really have her own like little character arcs or nothing like that, right? Like does she? She's mostly just like there for as a like a supporting cast and whatnot. So it's like it's kind of hard to just like, you know, rate her kind of crazy. So I'll put her at the end of B. I'm not gonna lie, but if she like, I really do like her though. If it was based off of likability here, I'll put her in A. I'm not gonna lie. This girl, she was at Oceanside, right? I feel like I gotta put her at C. I'm not gonna lie. She's not too crazy, but she's not like a bad character, right? Somewhere around there, right? I'll put her behind Merle and them though. I ain't gonna lie. I'll put her even behind Dale. Yeah. Daryl, man. People say Daryl lost his family before the apocalypse. Was that confirmed? I must have missed something. Like apparently he lost everybody before the apocalypse except his brother or whatever, Merle. But I'm like, did I miss that? Was that confirmed? And you know, losing Rick too. And man, just his battles with that, bro. That was one of the coolest things to see him keep trying to look for Rick. Even in the ending of the show, he goes out looking for Michonne and Rick. It's ridiculous, but it is ridiculous. I don't know where to put him, bro. Because he does have a character on his own, I would say. In his interactions with Leia. I feel like a lot of the time with this character, Daryl, I feel like a lot of time he's struggling between doing, you know, between what he should do when it comes to harming people. Like, you could just say he's like one of the hardest people in his group, but I really don't think so. I feel like Maggie's one of the like the hardest one, like kill ready, but I feel like Daryl kind of questions. I feel like Daryl questions more than anyone else if like, you know, if this is the right thing to do. And I think that's because of Carl and Rick's influence on him more than the other people. But I ain't gonna lie, I'll put Daryl at S just because it's Daryl, bro. You know, I'm not gonna lie. This girl can go to F too. Like she's just there. This girl, she had a little moment. She saved Carl's life. You know, she died by the saviors and whatnot. D. Nothing too crazy. I mean, she was there for Tara. Dwight, man, Dwight's cool. I ain't gonna lie, Dwight's cool. I was expecting myself to hate all of the saviors when we got to like season 6, season 7, especially when I found out Dwight, you know, basically betrayed Daryl. I hated Dwight for a minute, but then when we kind of like saw more of him over time, I was like, okay, this is kind of a cool character. I'm not gonna lie, kind of a cool character. And even when he's trying to go look for his girlfriend and whatnot, very cool character. I know he's in Fear the Walking Dead. I hope he found her and like they're cool, but yeah, I feel like I can't put him no higher than A, so I'll put him at B behind Aaron. If it was based on likability, I'd probably put him above Aaron though, to be honest, because I do like him more than Aaron as a character. But I feel like just strictly characterized, he's a solid B character. Enid, man, Enid had her like one little moment in like season 5 or 6, but ever since then, she wasn't really too like in the forefront of things. She pretty much got background, and then like what her thing happened with the spikes, man, that gave me PTSD, dude. I don't know about y'all, but that tripped me out. But yeah, I'll say she's like low B, yeah. Just because they didn't really use a lot of her character. I mean, like, what happened? Because after like season 5, you know, Glenn ended up getting her back, and after that, we didn't really see too much on her. Like, she was just kind of like around. She was like, you know, Maggie's little sidekick for a minute too, but like her own like little character self, she wasn't really like, she was likable, of course, but yeah. Man, Eugene got to be A character, high A character, right behind Carol. I think that's really fair. As a character, you know, seeing his battles and then seeing him slowly grow from it was one of the coolest things to see in the show. And then seeing his interactions with Max finally finding love and whatnot. I do think he should have died instead of Rosita at the end, but listen, we'll give it to him. You know what I mean? Yeah, S, bro. In the beginning, since I knew what he did, I was kind of spoiled beforehand. Like I knew the show basically up until season like 4-ish. Cause after Alexandria, I like my nose itching, but during Alexandria and like after that, kind of where it started getting blurry. Of course, I know about the Negan stuff, so that, you know, Glenn's death affected me a little bit less when I did see it. But you know, seeing Eugene, I did not think he would grow like that. So yeah, I gotta give him that, bro. And then taking out all the savior like he did, bro. Yeah, he got to be up there. He got to be up there. Man, Ezekiel, you know, he had cancer and whatnot. You know, being the king, the pressures of being the king and whatnot of the. Yeah, I feel like did he get? Yeah, cause he was the owner, like the governor of the Commonwealth when everything fell. I'm pretty sure. His struggles with that, and then like what is there? What else was there? Mainly just his struggles with being a king and like doing the right thing, I guess, for his people. You know, and then when it failed, he kind of was struggling for a bit. You know, but he, of course, he grew from it. I'll put him at A. I'll put him at A. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I do like Ezekiel though. Gabriel is up there, dude. I'm tempted to put Gabriel at S. I'm not gonna lie. Like y'all may think I'm tripping, but Gabriel is that guy. I gotta put him. Man, his growth, bro. When we first saw him back in season 5, bro, he was like this little scared, you know. And you know his ending when he opened the gates for everyone, kind of like paralleling to how he didn't open the gates for no one, like not open the gates, but open the doors to the church back in season 5, killing basically, you know, getting everybody dead. And seeing how that, you know, that affected him and how he grew from it, and even then, like seeing how I feel like he was like a newborn in the apocalypse, and then like overall we seen how the apocalypse affected him over time, and like how he, I wouldn't say let go of some of his morality, but he did become a bit more like, you know, to fit the world, and I feel like that did affect him. But I don't think it changed his personality too much. I feel like he did keep some of his morality. But yeah, cool character, you know, watching his development and stuff like that. And then, you know, of course, watching his stuff with Rosita. And then even towards the end, I feel like he took a bit of a more of a leadership role towards like after Rick left. I feel like he took a bit of a leadership role, especially when Michonne left too. So yeah, I gotta put him up there behind Carol. Not gonna lie. This guy, he was one of Negan's lackeys. I'm not gonna lie. D character, he wasn't there for me. Man, Glenn. Some people are gonna hate me for this. High B, low A. Yeah, I think that's fair. As a character, right? If we're talking just a character and like, you know, but even then, how do you determine what's a good character? It's weird for me because it's kind of subjective how you determine what's a good character. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to stay as objective as possible, like how much development they got, how much this and that. But that doesn't really determine what's a good character for me. I'm not gonna lie. If it was based up to me, I'd probably put him up in A somewhere. But after Maggie, his, you know, I feel like a lot of his character revolved around Maggie for a little bit. Like he didn't really have a character of his own. Like he did. Actually, no, I'm tripping. Because he became the moral compass of the group for a minute. He was the moral compass of the group. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like that was cool too, and how that I feel like that also affected, you know, Rick and his influences later in the show with, you know, sparing Negan. So no, I gotta give him that low A. I ain't gonna lie, I'm tripping. Yeah, I feel like he's behind these characters though. I do feel like he's better than these characters, so I would give him the benefit of the doubt and put him at A. You know, his development too. I feel like, honestly, yeah, he had development too. I'm tripping. He might even be a better character than Carl, to be honest. Actually, no. He has development too. You know, I mean, like, because you know, back in the day, he was like just their like, you know, errand run boy. But after, you know, after a while, he developed his own little backbone, and like he even like you know would go against Rick's word a lot of the time, and then you know Rick would actually like. I feel like Glenn was one of the only people where you know Rick could say something and Glenn would be like, you know, I don't think we should do that, right? Like it was mainly like Glenn and Daryl and like Michonne. Those little three, they were like the main three that could like talk him out of doing something. Where I'd be like, you know, I don't think we should do that. I think that's the right idea. And like, you know, seeing Glenn grow up from that, you know, kind of errand boy, childish, not really childish, but like, you know, more passive mindset, and like grow into his own little leadership, you know, kind of leadership-ish quality was kind of cool. He died, you know, tragically. I wouldn't put him as a better villain than any of these guys, not gonna lie. As Beta or Alpha. Actually, I'll put him above Beta. Not above Alpha, though. As a villain, he was a straight menace. I'm not even gonna lie. He was a menace. He is debatably one of the strongest Walking Dead characters. Now, because bro, he beat up I don't think he really fairly lost a single fight. Like he basically beat up everyone that he ever fought. Even Merle. I mean, Merle of course did get jumped beforehand, but like Glenn. I mean, Governor gave him the business. He gave Rick the business too. But Rick isn't really a fighter. He is really a fighter, so of course But I feel like this is fair. I put him actually above Abraham. I'm not gonna lie, as a character, just because what he represented with his daughter and stuff like that too, and then losing her, and then trying to find, I guess trying to find his purpose after that, and then finding his purpose, but then going back into old habits and just demolishing everything. Wanted him to change, but he didn't really change. Killed Herschel, unfortunately. Yeah, I feel like he's there. Good character. He wouldn't say he's better than Alpha or these guys though, but he's definitely good. Henry, there wasn't a lot of potential there. Henry, I really liked Henry actually. A lot of people didn't like Henry, but I gotta give him high B. I ain't gonna lie. He was cool for me. I feel like we could have saw more of him if they didn't kill him. They killed him. He was supposed to be a Carl 2.0, but they just got rid of him, which was very weird to me. But it's what it is, man. Herschel. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Putting Herschel right there, boy. That's Herschel is hard for me. I really do like him. He struggled, after people died in his barn and all that, And after that, he pretty much just became about he came about his daughters. That's what his main priority was, keeping them safe. Of course, he was basically like Rick's kind of conscience, you know what I mean? Trying to keep Rick, level-headed most of the time, Even when Rick pushed him away, after Lori's death and whatnot, Herschel was pretty much there. But after that, he didn't really have any like true battles on his own. Like after the barn, he didn't really have any battles of his own. So he was pretty much just like kind of just Rick's conscience for a while. So honestly, I gotta put him below the governor and even these guys. Yeah, I gotta put him at low B, low A. Man, this guy's very likable, bro. He's very likable, and honestly, just for his likability, bro, I'm gonna put him up there. I'm gonna put him up there just for his likability, bro. Even if he isn't the most complex. Listen, you can disagree, bro. You can freaking disagree, but he is cool, man. This is a cool freaking character. He's very needed, keeping the morale to show up when it's so low sometimes, keeping that positivity flowing, serves his purpose nicely, even though if he isn't, going through the most battles and all that, Hey, listen, he was there. Stand by Ezekiel's side when, Ezekiel had cancer, when Ezekiel, not ready to be the king anymore. Still calling him the king and whatnot, but Jesus, man, Jesus died early, bro. I ain't gonna lie. His character overall was annoying to me. I'm not gonna lie. Towards the end, he became annoying. Like before then, he was kind of cool, but after that, he kind of got annoying to me. Low A, actually high B. Actually, no, low A. Because he he was fighting cool and all that. But like then when he was just trying to rescue the protect the saviors. Like, do you not know what's happening? Do you not know what's going on? People are like dying out there. You really bro, I'm trying to kill these folks. And of course that kept Alden alive because they didn't really kill all those people. But like at the end of the day, still, bro, that was very dangerous what he did. Yeah, we're just gonna keep him there. Judith, man. Judith is basically Carl, Carl reborn. I'm not gonna lie. Her little she's basically like a little looking ahead, looking what the future holds and all that, and trying to remain morally okay and all that. So like because of that, we gotta put her at A. But I don't feel like they utilized a lot of her. Like she came in and out. Like she would be like just straight gone for like 5 episodes straight, and then she would come in. But like, this girl can just go to C. I'm not gonna lie. She can go to C. Yeah, as a character, man, she was annoying. But honestly, she wasn't really a man character. Just very annoying, first of all. But second of all, I feel like she's a very unique character within the show because we don't see a lot of characters who just completely connect with the walkers. Like even then, with Alpha and Beta in them and the Whispers, they don't really see the zombies as people. I don't think they do. I don't think that's been confirmed if they do or not. Because, you know, they try to mimic their emotions, like, you know, be beasts and, like, you know, show no emotion, blend in with them, blend in with the herd, be the herd. Whereas this girl, she kind of saw herself apart as that. She didn't really, like, try to blend in with them. She saw them just a little bit different. Which, you know, people did speculate that if she was alive, she would have became a whisperer, and I do believe that. Like, there could have been some arc. I'm not gonna lie, that would have been a cool arc, especially since, you know, Henry's death. But if they like kept her alive, say this so, like, or like something like Carol could have just like killed a zombie friend of hers, and then she just like runs off, and we don't see her again for a while. Like, she runs away from that sadness or whatever of Carol killing him, and then she ends up running to the Whisperers, and you know, ends up getting close with like Lydia or whatnot. Man, that would have been a cool storyline. I'm not gonna lie. Especially since she would have lost her son, and then like her daughter, basically daughter would have came back, and then like, you know, would have been basically on the enemy side. Man, that would have been very good for Carol's character, and this is girl's name, yeah, her character too. Is it Lydia? Not Lydia. That's other girl, Ellie or something like that. I don't remember. Uh, Lori can just go to D. I ain't gonna lie, she can go to D. She can go to D. Annoying character, dude. Annoying character. And she was basically the driving force that got, you know, making Rick kill Shane, not gonna lie. And then afterwards, it was so weird to me what she was doing majority of the time. Cause then it was like, okay, you basically telling him, you whispering in his ear, oh, he don't think you can keep us safe and all that. And then when Rick kills him, because Rick Shane pulled a gun out on him first. And, you know, Rick kills him, and that's somehow you're like mad against him. You're like treating him differently. And I'm like, why is that the case? You're supposed to be his wife. And a lot of the time, she wasn't really by his side either. She would just always be like, you're doing your best, you're doing your best, you're doing your best. But she never really said if she agreed or disagreed with his decision. She was just like, yeah, so I gotta put her at D. Lydia, she had her purpose during the Whisper arc. After that, she wasn't really around. B. She wasn't really around too much. Maggie, S, straight like that. Maggie, one of the S characters. Yeah. Especially after Glenn's death, she just lost so many people. Debatably went through the worst than any other character. Debatably. It's between like Daryl, Maggie, Negan, Rick, and then like who else? Yeah, that's basically it. Those are like the main people who lost, like, and Carol. I'm forgetting Carol. Carol probably went through it one of the hardest. I'm not gonna lie. But when this ain't that debate. But like Maggie, man, went through it. Beth death, and we see how that freaking changes her through the apocalypse so much. It makes her basically heartless. I remember doing this one episode that'll really definitely stick with me. It's the episode where they were like in a train or something. I think it was season 2. I think it was started season 11 actually. Yeah, it was like season 11, episode 2 or 3. And then she was talking about people like in the attic or whatever, and like their legs and arms were chopped off and like all that. And then the first thing she thinks about is there's people here, so there must be food. And that was one of the craziest things. Seeing how she loses her basically humanity over time is crazy to see. And we know that she's coming up with a what's the word, spinoff with Negan. Oh, I can't wait to see how that goes. Maybe she'll reclaim her humanity back. Maybe it's too far gone, but you know, it also is understandable because she lost a lot of people. And then when she betrayed the Reapers, the deal with the Reapers, she came behind him and shot him in the back of the head. Man, crazy. This girl, low B. What am I tripping, bro? Should I put Simon above her? What y'all think? He definitely goes above her, but actually not really. He wasn't really too crazy as a character. But yeah, she go there. I said she go there. She's not really on the C category level, you know. I feel like Merle is kind of out of place here. I'm not gonna lie. I might be tripping though. Michonne, great character. Ooh, that's hard. Cause I'm gonna put her here. High A. I wouldn't put her in the S category, man. I know some people are gonna be like, what? But listen, bro. I don't think she's a better character than Carol. She had her struggles after the prison fell, of course, like that. Her struggles with the prison and Andrea and all that. But she pretty much got better quick. I mean, she had problems in between that actually, but it was kind of all over the place a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It was like a problem here, then there. Okay, then there's this problem here, and there's this, and of course they kept getting solved problems, but I don't know. I don't know. I understand that you put her at ass. Morgan ass. I ain't gonna lie, he's ass. Morgan is ass tier character. How he's kind of on the same level as Maggie, losing loved ones, and then like slowly like deteriorating during the apocalypse. I don't think I really need to go too detailed in that. But yeah, and even trying to find peace, and humanity once again, and like but then struggling after that to keep it. Yeah, man, it was struggling. Negan, man, I gotta put him at ass. I ain't gonna lie. I asked their character. Now, if you're asking season 6 me, or like season 7 me, or even season 8 me, because that's when like the war was going on, season 7 and 8, I would hate this guy. But over time, he did become a good character. Even if I don't like him as a person, I can say that he's a good character. I'm not gonna lie. He became one of the best characters. Just redeeming himself. Not even just redeeming him. Yeah, redeeming himself. Of course, how he took out the Whisper, took out Alpha. But like, bro, and like slowly becoming a better person, and of course, like seeing his backstory with Lucille, and like how that affected him so much, bro. Man, but then of course, letting her go finally, and moving on slowly, even moving on past his old self. Man, that was good to see, bro. I'm not gonna lie. One of the better story arcs in the show. Only person that I could put above him is yours, your boy. You know what I'm saying? Rick Grimes, man. I believe to be one of the best characters in the show. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is my list right here: first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I'm not gonna lie. Now these two can be interchangeable depending on how I'm feeling that day, but overall, I feel like this is the list right here, and I feel like this A is also very freaking good. Now this B might need a little bit of work. B, C, and B and C may need a little bit of work. D and F, I feel like they're good where they are. But yeah. Here is very good. We'll keep. It doesn't really matter here, right? Because this can go interchangeable. But Rick, man, there's a lot I could say, but I don't want to go into too detail. But that finding his son and whatnot, finding his family, and his struggle and how to he was kind of on the same road with Glenn a little bit, kind of like not really, not Glenn a little bit, but like who was it? Maggie a little bit, keeping her. I feel like that's why they connected during the war, because they both kind of struggled to keep their humanity. I feel like after a bit, and seeing how that affected them, but also he had to worry about Carl too, and how his decisions would affect Carl. It was like a Walking Dead Telltale series. When Rick was struggling, like what he should do to make sure Carl was like, not really too messed up from the world. And overall, Rick did a good job, because turns out Carl was, people say, Carl did beat the world, bro. He didn't beat it physically, right? But he did beat the world and what it could make you turn into. And then his influence ended up making Alexandria and a lot of the places into a better place. So overall, Rick did good. And even, Herschel's influence on him with like Carl and all that. And that's why he had his little farmer arc, you know what I'm saying? His little farmer arc. It was mostly for Carl. It was all for Carl. And he even says that. And I feel like that was cool to see, bro. Seeing how, he want to prioritize Carl and like what's the word, make his son the priority, but also struggling with that, but also keeping the group safe, and like what needs to be done, and how like cruel the world is. So maybe you can't be Mr. moral self in this type of situation. But so it was really a struggle. And then we saw in season 9. This is really season 9 Rick right here, where he found kind of Carl's way, and like kept Carl's wish alive. But at the end of season 11, I feel like he might ended up killing a little bit more. But I feel like that's just gonna be because he have to. But yeah, I feel like that completed his story arc pretty good. I don't know if there's gonna be in season 11 actually with him. Not season 11, but the spin-off series with him. But yeah, very good Carl. Very good. Very good character. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie. Season 5, season 6, season 7, season 8, bro. He went through it from start to finish, bro. Season 1 we see him slowly, like, not season 1, but when he found his family. Then season 2 he slowly like started to see how the world is. Season 3, after killing his best friend, he like, that's when he kind of like snaps a little bit, and he became more like, okay, this is what the world is now. This is how I gotta act. But then, you know, Herschel influences him, and then Carl, he thinks about Carl more, like, you know, what Carl's gonna become if he keeps acting. Man, it was cool. Now, I can understand if you put these two switched. I could understand that. I personally wouldn't, because I do like Rick a lot more. And I do think he's a better character overall. But I could probably, you could probably argue that, and I probably understand where you're coming from a little bit. Rosita, man, low A. Actually, no, I put her above these guys though. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, cause she's behind these guys, right? Abraham, Beta, Ezekiel, Carl. You know, but she's definitely up there. Her death was kind of tragic for me. I don't think there's too much to say about her. I mean, you know, she wanted to get a lot of stuff done during the arc with Negan and them and the Saviors after Abraham's death. She struggled with that, but after Sasha's death, she kind of learned how to remain composed and stuff like that. She had a little development there. Cool character. She was there for a minute, one of the OGs. I claim her as one of the OGs. She's been there since season 4. She's one of the OGs, bro. Unfortunately, she died. Sasha, man, Sasha was cool for a bit, but after a while, she kind of became annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I put her at B. You know, she was cool. She was cool, right? But like, I can understand why she became annoying. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, her being annoying was just this unjustified. Like, no, it made sense why she became annoying. It's like, and then it's like she didn't really come to that much of a conclusion with her story either. Like, you know, her Bob died, her brother died, but it's like she didn't really get too much closure. We didn't see her get closure, and of course, you know, that's how it is. Maybe she did get closure towards the end with Abraham's words, but like that was a little bit rushed because, you know, they kind of just went in with it. But yeah, I'll keep her at B for now. I might change it, but A and S. Shang is S. I didn't like him, but as a character, we saw how it affected him, but we saw how it affected him in a negative way and how it impacted the group. And he wasn't like how the apocalypse affected like Negan and them, but he was kind of like a part of the group. So we got to see how that it affects the group that we're seeing as well, which was cool. And like people say he like, you know, he kind of was ready for the apocalypse before everybody else, but I feel like that's maybe true to a degree. Maybe like that's true to a degree, right? Because even then, he kind of parallels with Carl, right? They both have these different ideologies of what the world is right now and how the world can be. Like Shane just thinks it's like, okay, this is how the world is now. People gotta kill or be killed, basically. You know what I mean? And Carl is like, you know, but or we could be peaceful. We can like bring each other together and all that. Overall, Carl's way is the way that, you know, overall in the end. But I feel like there should be a balance of these two, and I feel like that's actually what Rick is. I feel like that's what Rick is, and what Rick's gotta be, like a little balance between Shane and Carl. One of the most two people that influenced him and his decisions. But yeah, for sure, Carl. Shane was a good character, cool. You know, seeing how. Now, one thing I didn't like is this thing with Lori. That does a little bit affect me a little bit because it's like, you know. Kind of tripping a little bit there, but we'll keep him there. Sadiq, he had a little moment. Honestly, I didn't really feel too much for Sadiq. Put him right there. Tara, people don't like Tara. I like Tara. I'll put her right there. You know, she was with the governor, but she ended up redeeming herself, helping Glenn find Maggie and them. After that, though, she was like a Disney Channel character. She wasn't really like had too much purpose. Of course, when her girlfriend died, she wanted revenge, but you know, after seeing that Negan is like not really better, but like slowly like redeeming himself, I think she kind of let it go. After a while, Daryl was kind of still on it, but she was right there for me. This guy, he didn't really have any battles of his own. Put him at low B. Man, Tyrese, he can go. Dang, man, that's difficult. She's kind of like Jesus. I'll put him at high. I'll put him at low A. Yeah, I think that's fair. There's a lot of good characters, so that's why there's not a lot of people in C and, you know, D. There's a lot of good characters, especially F. But Tyrese, man, he was a good character too. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of like Jesus a little bit, you know, but he didn't really, at the end of the day, he didn't really let the world kind of change him too much. But kind of, you know, stays self, even though he passed, and seeing stuff with his wife, or like the girlfriend that he had get killed by Carol. He didn't really kill Carol. He didn't, you know, he stayed true to his moral ways, and like he didn't let it change him. So that was cool to see. Yumiko, I don't know what to put Yumiko at. I put Yumiko like right here. Her thing with her brother, especially with the Commonwealth, she had like she was like one of the most important. She's not one of the most important, but she was very important in the Commonwealth arc. Cool character overall, cool character. I mean, what more can I say? I think with the little girlfriend, like her, you know, her brother and all that. But yeah, I think this is lit so far, man. Listen, I might change some stuff around. Let's see what we could change around. I don't know. I think this is fine right here where it is. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is fine right where it is. These six characters right here, hands down, the best characters on The Walking Dead. You know, despite enjoyment, if we were talking enjoyment, I'll put it like this, right here. Then changes around like right there. And then there we go. Shane probably go down a little bit, right? Morgan probably go down a little bit. But when we're talking enjoyment, we'll keep it like that. I'm not enjoyment. We're talking about overall character. How I think they are great. How good they are as a character. I'll keep it like this. Yeah, Lydia in front of, you know, Lydia B. Aaron B. I could probably put him low A. I'm not gonna lie. I think everybody below him is like B character-ish. Sadiq didn't really have too much importance, you know. He was there, you know, Carl saved him a lot, you know, but he was a doctor, right? He was a doctor, but he didn't really have his own little character arc of his own until the thing with the whispers. But then he died too quick for us to really see closure of him. That's kind of similar thing with Sasha. Lydia, she kind of got silent after the whispers arc. Of course, that's how she's just meant to be. It's not like she's meant to be some crazy. That's why I put it. So, see, B is still like a good, decent character. Let's not get it wrong. B is like decent. You know what I mean? So I don't want people thinking about, oh, B, you're bad. Like, no, even C is like, man, like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, D, you know, all right. You know what I mean? D is where we start to get to the bad category. So there's not really many bad characters, really, in The Walking Dead. You know, we got Connie being decent. You know, this guy, T-Dog, being decent. Not really none too crazy. Honestly, I'll put T-Dog actually and C. Yeah, I put C-Dog and C. Actually, I'll put him like right here. Even right here. Just because like like he's man, like he didn't really have a character arc of his own either. He was like just there. He was like just a side cast. Not to say he's a bad character, right? But he's man, you know. Cool for a character. He was, you know, he died kind of tragically, but I put Dale in front of him. Not gonna lie. Yeah, this is fair. I put Bob in front of him. Bob like that. That girl like that. Yeah. Bob in front of that. Bob in front of that actually. Bob like that. T-Dog and her and her. Yeah. 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 What y'all think? Aaron. Now these could be interchangeable. Sadiq. Now, Sasha can go in front of him for sure. One of these two, right? Lydia can go on. So can Henry. So can Dwight, to be honest. Yeah, that's fair. If anything, I put Dwight actually right here. Yeah, if anything, I put Dwight right there in front of Tara and Lydia and Henry. As a character, and I feel like it's kind of hard to judge Henry, right? Because his stuff was kind of very short lived. Sadiq, yeah, like I said before, he didn't really have too much going on until like, you know, with the Whisper arc. So I do like him as a character, but decent, right? I'll probably even put Dwight above Sarah if we're being real here. Honestly, I put Dwight the highest in B, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Cool character. I ain't gonna lie. He was cool. I'll put him the highest in B. I think this is fair. But Tara, is Tara above Lydia? I don't know. Cause Tara did die early. We didn't get to see how she would have been as a leader either. Cause she was about to take over as leader after Jesus died too, in season, what was that, season 9? That sucked. That did suck. So I'll put her above just because we did see more her finish her little. We saw kind of Lydia's finish her story arc and whatnot. So I do put it like that. I put it like this. Man, Sadiq is about to be low on this list, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's about to be very low on this list. Just because, man, it's like we didn't see him get any type of closure with his character. It's like he died too early on. Like he was going through the struggles, right? But then after that, he just got killed. It was like we didn't really get to see anything of him. But I think he's above Enid and her though. Because Enid, of course, she just had her little moment, but then she died too after that. We didn't even see her really get to grieve too much for Carl. Like she grieved, but like it wasn't really anything like important or crazy to the story. But yeah, I put it like this. What y'all think? And I'll probably put it like that. I don't know. Depends. I'm kind of feeling like this right now, but I don't know. I feel like this is fair though. Carol, Maggie, to Eugene, yeah. Jerry, yeah. Governor, Abraham, yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is the A and the S are very good, balanced out. Yeah, same with the C here. C is pretty decent too. D and F, it doesn't really matter because they're bad and bad characters, right? Nah, freak this, bro. I ain't putting Carl that low, bro. I ain't putting Carl that low. I don't care. I don't care. Even though they only use his potential till like season 8, bro, I can't put him there, bro. I cannot put him behind all those people, bro. I can't put him behind all those people. Even then, it feels wrong to put Glenn right there, but I feel like I got to, bro. Somebody got to be there, but I can't just put my favorite characters. I can't do it. But Carl, listen, I got to do it for Carl, bro. I got to do it for Carl, bro. Carl's influence, man, after what he basically made Alexandria what it was for like a long time. If it wasn't for Carl, bro, Rick would have killed all those people, killed all those freaking saviors and all that, bro. They would have never lived in peace, none of that, bro. Yumiko would have never, probably never been brought in, because Rick wouldn't have been worrying about the people at the they probably would have all died. So I gotta give Carl his prop, bro. I gotta give Carl up there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Of course, Glenn is a little bit lower because what he do? I mean, struggle with Maggie, of course, but I wouldn't. He's good character, right? Good character, but I wouldn't put him above these guys. You know what I mean? Good character, right? Okay, we'll keep him there. We'll keep it like that. We'll keep it like Carl really gotta go out there. Carl really gotta go ahead of Gabriel. Like, let's be real here. I mean, it's Carl, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's Carl. Listen, it's Carl. We're gonna give Carl a bit of the doubt, bro. I don't know. If you mad at me, be mad. But like, I gotta give it to Carl, bro. Gotta give Carl his props. I gotta give Carl his props. Yo, I know what you were thinking. There is not. These are not all the characters, right? These were not all the characters, and I just realized that after finish editing the other freaking video. So here we go, bro. Listen. We got a whole set of characters. We're gonna try to go by this quick, because the video is already like an hour long. So we're gonna try to go by this quick. You see, we had to add a not much to say category because there are some characters here that have not much to say on. Firstly, this girl had not much to say there. She's one of the team people that were at Hilltop. She interacted with Henry a little bit, but after that, she was pretty much non-existent. Didn't she die on the spike? I think she did. I'm not too sure though. Leia, Daryl's girlfriend, kind of ish, even though Connie. Speaking of which, I moved Connie higher up. Actually, I'm thinking of moving her like right there, just because I remember her last arc of the show. What she kind of did, like Commonwealth, how she helped that. I don't remember who this girl is right here, so I put her behind this girl. I moved my boy Carl up. Surely did. That's about it though. I think that's all I changed. Yeah, I think that's all I changed. There might be some other stuff I changed, but man, one of the worst villains in the show. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm putting her behind Terminus, dude. She's not really good. I don't think she's up there. This is one of the guys who was at Alexandria. One of the weakling dudes. He died. Not much to say about him. He kind of died early on. I don't know who this is. Not much to say. This guy was a punk, wasn't he? I don't think there's much to say either on this guy. He wasn't there. Actually, you know what? I'll put this dude to F just because how much of a punk he was. Amy, I would say she's not much to say, but during the arc that just because she helped with what's the name's development, Andrea development, I could nah, honestly, there's not much to say either. Don't know who that is. Wasn't a bad character, served his purpose well, but not much to say really. There's a lot of not much to say characters here. This guy, man, he's a decent character. He was, see, here's the thing. He was a decent character for what he was, but it's hard for me to properly judge him because he wasn't there long, so I'm going to put him not much to say. But he was a cool character for what he was, though. This is Henry's brother. He was a decent character. I don't know who that is. He died quickly, not much to say. I don't know who. I don't remember him. I don't see, some of the people I don't remember, bro. I feel like I know this dude's face. I feel like we saw him a lot though. Correct me if I'm wrong, bro. He might be anywhere up here, bro. I'm gonna keep him right there though. This is the guy that got Negan. He killed Negan. He killed those two people that Negan was with, the mom and the son. But that was pretty much all we've ever seen of him, so we put him there. How much is that? Isn't this whatchamacallit's husband? Or no? Not much to say. This girl died very quickly. She killed herself or whatever. Not much to say. I don't know who that is. This is the dude who was in Negan's backstory. We didn't really see too much of him, but even then, we had a whole arc devoted to him. One of the people that was about to do that to Carl, just for that, he getting bad character. The dude who he infiltrated Alexandria or whatever, got Sadiq killed. He was mad for me. I mean, he's better than Leia, I'm not gonna lie, as a villain. Leia was a terrible villain. This guy, not much to say. He died. Rick killed him in the bar. Not much to say. This girl, decent. She's been there. She's an OG. Gotta put her in a decent category. Not much to say on this guy, man. I gotta put my dude Dog high up, bro. Gotta put my dude Dog high up, bro. Gotta put my dude Dog high. This is the dude who helped Morgan, you know, get better with his ways and whatnot, and come back with his humanity. Gotta put him at B. Decent character, right? Don't know who that is. Dude was beating his wife. Overall, though, bad character. I mean, he wasn't really doing anything besides beating his wife. I mean, that's all his character pretty much was. I mean, he did have his moments, you know, with Rick, I guess, but overall, that's pretty much all he was. Don't remember who this dude was. I think he was a doctor. Just because I don't know who he is, but I do feel like he was damn gonna put him in C, man. Dwayne, he wasn't really there much. This guy wasn't really there. Dude, I forgot this man's name. He was cool. Gotta put him at B. Decent. Even though he wasn't extremely complex or nothing like that, he served his purpose, right? Okay, now this is a dude who beat Carol. Overall, bad character. I mean, yeah, bad character. Dr. Jenner or whatever told him about how it's, you know, basically no cure. Told him they're all infected. Decent character for the time. Pretty sure the patient was his wife that got killed. He didn't believe that there was a point in pretty much living anymore, so I'll put him at decent. Oh man, Elijah. Yeah, Elijah got to go up to A. I'm not gonna lie, he's a pretty good character. He's a very good character, even though he doesn't have his own like complex issues a lot of the time. Pretty sure he got his family killed by the Reapers. He wanted revenge on them. Put him at high. I'll put him at mid A. I don't remember who that was. Who is this? Oh, this is whatchamacallit's boyfriend, Aaron's. He wasn't really around enough, man. I really don't think he was around enough. I mean, actually, no, we saw a good bit of him. We'll put him at meh. We'll put him at meh. I think he was like a meh character. Right. Definitely above T-Dog, though. Character-wise, I'll put even these two above T-Dog. I'm not gonna lie. This is the girl who was with the Whisperers. You know, her sister died. She wanted to help, you know. She was kind of getting tired of it. Meh character for me. But she's one of the higher meh characters. I don't remember who this was. This is one of Negan's wives. Didn't she die? Or am I tripping? I mean, she had her own little arc. I don't know. See? I don't know who this is. Who this is? One of the teenager dudes. Not much to say. Don't know who this is. She was one of the people that helped Maggie at Hilltop. He was the doctor dude at when Beth was there. Okay, Gracie, Aaron's daughter. I don't feel bad. I don't feel good putting her at meh. I gotta put her at decent, right? You know, being she's kind of a scaredy cat, but I see she has a lot of potential. I don't want to guard her. I don't want to rate her based on potential, because you know she's trying to be strong like Judith and whatnot. Overall, decent cat. Actually, wouldn't put her above Beth as a character, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to rate her B based off of likability. I can't be doing that. I think that's fair for her. Then again, I am going a bit quickly. Actually, you know what? I'll put her. Yeah, I am going a bit quickly. I put her behind Dale. I'm going a bit quickly, so this might be a little bit messed up. Man, I wish we saw this dude again. He was like one of the first people, you know, who took the bag of guns or whatnot. Decent overall, I say. You know. Don't know who that is. He must have died pretty early on, though. Don't know who that is. This dude just disappeared like season 7 or 8. I mean, for the time he was cool. I know he had like kind of a pacifist mindset, kind of like Glenn. But yeah, that's about it. We don't really know too much on him, but decent character overall. Man, this dude, he was pretty much non-existent. I would put him at not much to say, but he's Maggie's son. He's there a lot of the time, but it's kind of hard to rate him because he's kind of there, but he's not really there to be anything like crazy, right? So I don't know. I'll put him at B. This is actually kind of hard. I don't want this video to be too long, bro. But I can't. Actually, nah. As a character, he wasn't really all that crazy, but like, kind of hard to judge him. Cause he's not meant to be all crazy like that. I put him in the same category as Gracie and stuff like that. Not much to say. She died early on. Kind of just there. Not much to say either. He was one of Negan's people, but overall, gonna try to go back to Negan's group even though they got captured. Don't know who this guy is. I think he's a crazy dude. I think he's one of those crazy people. Was he a Whisper? Was he a... No, he wasn't a Whisperer. Was he a Savior? I'm forgetting some of the people. This was Beth's boyfriend. He died pretty quickly on. Jim was cool, bro. Jim was cool. Now I would put him at not much to say, but he was cool. He was cool, bro. I gotta put him up there, bro. Man, this is just a bad character. She was in like, probably one of the worst characters in the show. She was in Michonne's little arc. One of the people on the road, and he's kind of in there. He's kind of in there with this guy. He was kind of just there. Princess, ooh, Princess. Decent character, I say. Not really crazy. She's hype on the B list though. She's hype on the B list, I say. Speaking of which, I'll put it like this too. Yeah, hype on the B list. I think that's fair. Don't know who that is. This is that one guy, isn't he? We didn't see enough of him. We didn't see enough of this guy either. Or this girl. Kelly. You can go behind Connie somewhere, to be honest. This guy, I forgot his name. Cause the Commonwealth arc was to me. Well, it was alright, it was decent. But the villains of this arc really wasn't doing it for me. Like as a character, he would go like, not gonna lie. Like right there, dude, B. Cause like he's not. I don't feel like he's anywhere on Negan or the Governors or even like, you know, the Whisperers level like at all. Same with this girl, one of the worst villains in the show. She's like a solid D. Like even character wise, she just really wasn't there for me. We should have saw more of her. She was one of Negan's people, but she kind of came around. Decent character. I don't remember who this is. Probably just died quickly on. Lucille. I would say there's not much to say, but just because of how she affected Negan's character and whatnot, I gotta put her at like B or something like that. Put her like, yeah, behind this guys. Luke. I would, man. He's a meh character, honestly. He's a meh. Wasn't really there like that. This was Negan's like right hand man next to Merle, right? But he wasn't really all that for me. He was meh too. He was mad too. Meh. Would put him actually behind this girl. Cause even this, I feel like this girl had more better writing than this guy. I mean, there's that one dude who was chewing gum. One of the Terminus, but not, yeah, one of the Terminus people. Yeah, bad character. Actually, man, he was mad. Isn't this girl the same as this girl? Oh no, wait. Who is this girl then? Who is that? Cause I'm thinking she's this girl. They got that same big old forehead. Is this her sister? Maybe it's just her sister. If that's her sister, then we didn't really see too much on her. And for that reason, I'm thinking that's her sister. We didn't really see too much of her at all. Some random on that one episode. Don't know who that little kid is. I think she was in Michonne's little thing. Mercer, he grew on me, bro. After what he did, you know, chugging to be the, you know, protector of the Commonwealth. But overall, chose the Commonwealth over, you know, whatever. He goes up to A. Right in front of Elijah, I say. Actually, no, that's very wrong. I put him behind Alpha. Yeah. Actually, nah, because as a character, Governor, I think the Governor's better as a character. I gotta put the Governor above him. Don't know who that is. She was this is one of Carol's little girls. She died, short-lived, mad character. She was nice though. She was very nice. We'll put her next to her. You know. This dude got bodied. Man, he was actually a decent character. He was kind of like a scientist for Woodbury. He's a decent character for the time. I don't know who that is. Some army dude we don't know about. Dude, this guy, he was one of the first people in Atlanta. He came back season 8 or 7. I think it was 8. But his family died. But overall, I don't feel like I would put him in a not much to say category. But overall, meh, right? Jerry's wife, decent. Actually, I'll put her in meh. This list might be off, y'all, cause my allergies are acting up, and I'm trying to like hurry up. But yeah. As a character though, I would say there's not much to say since she isn't actually. She's not much to say there, but she's not really a mad character for me. But I don't know, cause she's decent, but I don't feel right putting everybody. I'll put her in decent since I did put this guy here, decent character, right? Cause I feel like the mad category is like, see, there's kind of a mix here. Mad category is to say that like we see a lot of them, but we know that they're not really that great. They're not really that good, right? Like they're all right, you know. Whereas the B category is like, even though we may not see a lot of them, they're still a decent character, right? Does that make sense? They're not like a bad or mad character. Like they're decent for what their purpose is, you know. Whereas like, for example, I can compare it like this. Dale, right? Not Dale. Why is Dale? Dale should not be. Yeah, Dale definitely go above these people right here. They're bad villains. No, this guy's really a bad villain, but this girl is. Man, my list is kind of tripping. Luke cannot be in front of Dale, dude. Why is Luke in front of Dale? Didn't like that. Didn't like that. I think that's fair. T-Dog could go a little bit higher up, but all of these people in front of him had more going on than he did. And this guy wasn't really seen enough. So I would put him in not much to say. Actually, you know what? I'm tripping. She can't go in the B category. Sorry. I feel wrong putting them there, but as a character, bro, they can't, like, cause B is like, cause Beth is the she's like the pillar for this C category. Yeah, she's making me realize how some of these characters are pretty meh. Now I'm not gonna spend too much time dissecting their placements here. They can just these dudes can just go to at the bottom right there. See when I think see this is actually good because when I'm thinking about overall like are these characters better than Beth? No, like no. I think that's a good way to do that. But see here's where it kind of stops at. Like she's and so forth are better than Beth as a character. See that's where we can draw the bridge here. You know I made a mistake. Oh my god. I'm making mistakes in my judgment because I'm just now realizing and I'm just now feeling like how the freak could I put Tara above Beth as a character? Beth gotta go up to B, dude. I am tripping. There is no way that even Sadiq is better than Beth as a character. There is no way I just did that. There is no way I just did that. But now, this is where I think we're good at. This is where I think we're good at. I think we're good with this. Yep. Yep. Oh, I'm not. She was a girl at the Oceanside. This guy, meh. I mean, we're thinking about yeah, Glenn. He killed himself on top of the dumpster and it almost got Glenn killed. Man, I'm so mad. I want to put this dude in B. I gotta put him in like high C though. Unfortunately, because we didn't see him enough, bro. We didn't see him enough at all. We saw him a little bit, but then he died. They killed him too early on for me. I think he could have been a very good character. This dude, not much to say. This dude was at the prison. Not much to say. I know this dude. Shane killed this dude tragically. We didn't see too much of him, bro. This guy, he was with the wolf people. I'm pretty sure he kind of like redeemed himself towards the end after saving the that one girl, the doctor. I don't. See. I feel wrong now. I'm not putting no more characters and not much to say. I feel like that's like a bailout for not being able to properly judge them. I don't know why. Maybe it's not, but I'm gonna try not to do that from this point on. So, as a character, I'll put him like right here. This guy, ooh, one of the bridge dudes. He died on the spikes, unfortunately. Came in trying to save him. Bad character. I wouldn't put him above these guys, but I would put him above Luke, that's for sure. Actually, no, I wouldn't put him above Luke. As a character, though, to be honest, not really all that. He's kind of, it's kind of around T-Dog's level. I don't remember who that was. This dude, now this is not a bailout. Because this dude really, he was like there for just like a couple episodes and he just died, dude. Like, we didn't really get to see him in the character. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. One of the worst villains of all time. This dude can go straight right next to her. Speaking of which, isn't that her? Isn't these the same people right here? Her and her? Who? It's the same people. Well, she could stay at D, to be honest. These worst villains in the show. One of the Oceanside people. Don't remember too much, but I'll put her, you know, there. This guy, he died. Ooh. We don't see him enough to say that he's a bad character, but I really don't want to put him at. I'll put him at. So I gotta put him at not much to say. I don't know who that is. But he died to Shane when they found him and whatnot. Rick saved him in the end, but there's a lot of struggle going on. This was whatchamacallits. This girl's husband. This girl. The previous leader of Alexandria. He was a doctor, right? But he wasn't really a better character than her, especially since he died kind of early on. Yeah. Who is this guy? I think I remember who this guy was. I think he's one of the people that helped out at Alexandria, but I could be mistaken here. He could have been a very bad guy. Now, from what I remember, he was like a main character. RJ was a main character. Man, he's one of the maddest of the mess, bro. We'll put him next to these kids. But as I'm looking at this list, I realize that I do gotta put this girl higher. This girl right here specifically, just because of how unique I think she was for the show. That guy, he wasn't too good. Ron, he wasn't. Ron was a main character, I would say. We'll put that we'll put that behind him. And then we will put Jim behind her, since Jim wasn't really there a long time. Same for him. Then Aaron can go kind of like behind her. I mean Ron. Called him Aaron. He kind of like Aaron a little bit, don't he? I don't know who that is. This little kid can go behind his brother. Actually, no, he was a bad character. He was annoying. Even as a character, he didn't really. This dude. Who was this guy? I think he just died one episode, didn't he? Ooh, this guy. I think he was pretty cool for the time being. I think he was overall a mad character though. I don't remember what he was or his name, but my feelings, like from seeing his face, I feel like he did something that was like, you know, he was part of like the this group's cast, like with her, the Hilltop people, maybe. Not much to say. Dwight's wife, she was overall a decent character, I would say. She'd go in the decent category. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Wait, that's not. Was that Dwight's girl? Yeah, that was Dwight's girl. Running away. Didn't she let Daryl out? Yeah, I think she did. You know, taking a stand against nigga and whatnot. Decent character. Sheba. Gotta go up there with Dog. I'm not gonna lie. Gotta go up there with Dog. One of the governor people. Like one of the people that was with the governor. Overall, main character. Don't know who that baby is. Sophia, she wasn't really around too long. But her importance in the story, it's season 2, taking up all that time. She deserves the B spot. Listen, we're not gonna spend basically a whole season worrying about this girl, and I'm gonna put her in like low, bro. There, no. Max, very cool character actually, but I don't feel right putting her higher than B. Overall, putting her on Sadiq. I think that's fair. Now, see, this C list may need a little work, but I think the B list is pretty good. B, A, S, D, and F I think are pretty decent. What the heck? Much to say, not much to say. You can go by your husband. You died on the spike, unfortunately. I say overall mad character, right? As a character alone, listen, bro. They gotta go somewhere, bro. I know some people gonna be mad. Listen, that's some people's favorite couple right there. But really, like, I don't feel like putting them with these guys, bro. I'm not gonna lie. These characters are like the importance of the show, you know, around a specific time. You know, not really, especially like Enid. She wasn't really important like that. But like to Morgan, like, you know, even like the purpose that they served in the show, you know, I don't feel right. But you know what? To be fair to them, I will put them higher up, higher than these guys. But yeah, don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Actually, I feel like I remember this girl. Was she with Dwight in them? I think she was, but she kind of died. Yeah. Not much to say. You're the doctor dude. Yumiko's brother. Overall, decent character. Decent character. Put you behind Max. You can go with your boy. Actually, nah. Where your boy at? You're basically in the same bracket. Y'all died by Rick's hands in that bar. There you go. Bad character. He was messing with Judas, I think. This guy, he was decent. He helped out. He kind of came around, even though he kidnapped. After he kidnapped Michonne, put her in that little place, but he kind of came around. I don't remember too much on his backstory, but I do remember it was like nice to hear about and whatnot. These are one of the kids that was in Michonne's backstory. This dude died with the prison. He was Beth's boyfriend for a little bit. Died quickly early on. I think this is it, bro. Let me know what y'all think about this list, bro. I think it's fine. Like, comment, whatever. More content like this. I like these little, I like these little tier lists. I might do the My Hero Academia one next. I finished The Walking Dead one, so I just had to do it, bro. But we'll do My Hero Academia one next. Maybe some other animes if y'all want. I'm gonna have to watch some animes like Attack on Titan, for example. Man, I can't get into that, but like I'm willing to watch it for like a tier list. You know what I mean? To make a tier list. I think this is a fair list right here. Yeah, but that's gonna be it, bro. Thank y'all so much for watching. Subscribe to the Jordan Channel family. I gotta say this better. Subscribe to the Jordan Channel family. It's hard. If y'all notice in these videos, it's hard to really say that with the time. Subscribe today to Jordan Channel family. If you subscribe today to Jordan Channel family, but it's you kind of saying it too slow. But subscribe today to Jordan Channel family. And with that being said, bro, peace.